My name is Mr. Ask. I teach the Yearbook class, and I also teach freshman English. So Yearbook is its own project. It is publishing, it's writing, it's art. So it's a lot of the stuff that we do in English, but we're also creating a product, which makes this class incredibly unique because at the end of the day, students get to walk away with what we create outside in the real world, and it impacts community members, it impacts the staff, and of course, the students that are in the book. Every day is a little bit different. Each day we start off with what I would consider kind of an update meeting. And that's kind of where the traditional direct instruction might happen, depending on if we need to teach new skills or if we need to hone in different skills or refocus on skills, whatever that might need. Or it might just be, hey, here's an update of where our spreads are at and what we need to do in order to take them to the next level. And then all the students get their feedback. They go off to their different projects, and then it's really me managing those projects, walking around, being a helping hand where needed. But a lot of these students are talented, and a lot of them are able to do some really, really cool things. So I'm there really to just check in on them and also encourage them through the process. In the yearbook world, we have what's called the page ladder, all right? And the ladder is the breakdown of what is going to go on what page. Generally and traditionally, we have a 300-page book. So what you'll see behind us is how we physically and visually map that out. And as the year will go on, we'll be taking sticky notes off, and each of these sticky notes has a specific piece of information on it. In the pink, you'll see that these are the portrait pages. So they take up a lot of the book. In the yellow, which we've done a lot of work with already and are continuing to work on, is our student life section. In this greenish color, we have a section devoted to all the sports that we have here at Hersey. And then below that, we have clubs and organizations in that highlighter green. And finally, in purple, we have our fine and performing arts section. So this is visually how we break down what goes in the book, but also allows us to put information on there before we solidify everything on our digital platform, because once stuff gets submitted, it's really hard to rearrange this. So this is a way for us to also rearrange the book as needed. So the reason that we put last year's spring sports in this year's book is because we want to make sure that the seniors that are here now get a book that has what they are doing in the yearbook. Because if we take their sports and we publish that for next year, we run the risk of the students that go away to college that might be far away, or maybe they move, or their parents decide that they're going to move now that they're empty nesters, not coming back and getting their book. So at the end of the day, the point is some of those seniors were in clubs, sports that are at the varsity level, and they have the opportunity and are likely going to be in the book for those spring sports. So there's a higher likelihood that they will then see themselves and walk away with the book, seeing themselves in that book, making a better experience for our seniors this year.
Honestly, I started my sophomore year because I really was interested in how the whole process worked. I also wanted to make sure, I wanted to see the process and how, because the yearbook is like a huge thing. It's like everything that happens in the school the whole year goes into this book. So I also really wanted to see how that happened, and I wanted to be a part of something that would basically mark Hersey's history of that year, and it's forever forwards.
I took this class because I heard Mr. Ask right here is the GOAT, and that is factual. Some things I like about this class, Mr. Ask makes this a really nice environment. You know, we always start class with a nice activity, get the class fired up, and then ready to do our spreads and get some pages knocked out. Also, just having access to all the photos and being able to see all the pictures from sports and student life and stuff. You know, it's cool to see your friends and all that stuff.